Hello everyone, it's Dr. Shefali. I'm coming to you on Facebook and to Instagram at the same time. I'm so excited. I never used to do Instagram stories, but now I'm doing them. So every day at noon, I offer some of my inspirations or teachings and talk to you about the human psyche. You know, I'm a psychologist, I am a teacher, I'm a meditator, I'm a mom. So I really have dedicated my life to understanding how it is we evolve, how it is we grow, and what makes us suffer less. So when I come here to you every day at noon, and for those of you on Instagram, my stories, if you want to catch me on Facebook, every day at noon, do join me there as well, whichever one. So the reason I have dedicated my life to understanding psychology and wisdom is because I am deeply committed to helping people and myself suffer less, to understand what is the pathway to living this thing we call a life in the most fulfilled, powerful, free way. I do believe each one of us in our being longs to be free. So I want to help us get there. And I have dedicated my life to understanding what encapsulates my freedom and then helping people reach there. So hi everyone, tell me where you're from, comment below and let me know where you're checking in from. Miriam from Iran, and all of you here with me on Facebook as well. So do check in from Malaysia. Hi, good to see you here from all over the world, from Belgium. So let's talk about what the awakening process is about. Why are we to awaken? Why should we awaken? What does awakening mean? This is what I've dedicated my life to awakening. Awakening for me means entering our most authentic selves. What does that mean? It means being fully present to the reality before us in our most original way, in our most unencumbered way, in our most free way. And the process of awakening is the process of taking out our shackles. What kind of shackles? Well, the shackles that exist in our minds are psychological shackles. And each one of us is shackled. Sorry to say. And each one of us in this life can make a decision if they want to remove those shackles. So Artistic Revival asks, how do we be our most authentic selves without offending others around us? What a great question. You can't. You can't not offend people who wish to be offended. You see, when we awaken and we decide to be authentic, by that very process, we are going to piss other people off. Because culture has been predicated on fear and control. So the others in our lives also live in fear and control. We have lived in fear and control until we awaken. So when we awaken and we release the shackles of fear and control, we piss everyone else around us off. We offend them. We hurt them. They feel betrayed. They feel as if we have, gone against the holy grail of loyalty. This is only because culture and they and we have been addicted to fear and control. So fear and control are the two things we are liberating ourselves from when we awaken. So what is awakening? Awakening is the process of liberating ourselves from fear and control, in short. And when you liberate yourself from fear and control, you then enter who you truly are. Because most of us are not living as we truly are. Most of us are afraid to live as we truly are because we are living in fear, controlled by others, other people's love for us, other people's opinion of us, other people's validation of us. We have been raised to feel addicted to others' love on us, for us, toward us. And as long as we are addicted to approval, to love from the external, to validation from the external, we will forever live tethered. We will be enmeshed, addicted to that external source of love and validation. So today, I'm going to break down the ABCs of our intoxication. Hi everyone. Tell me where you're checking in from. Tell me if what I'm saying resonates with you and write it in the comments. I always try to go back and read the comments and your opinions and your thoughts about what I'm talking about. So somebody writes in the Instagram live, don't people need connection? Of course we need connection, but we don't need inauthentic connection based on fear and control. We need authentic connection based on liberation, on sovereignty of each other's unique spirits, on respect, on reverence for who we authentically are, not based on transactionality, on conditionality. And most relationships are based on conditionality and transactionality. You, me, if, then, only if, right? Very few of us have tasted unconditionality even toward our own selves, even towards our own selves. We have been shackled. Shackled means, somebody's asking, what does that mean? It means we have been tied down to these false ideas that culture has put on us, who we should be as men and women, who we should be as mothers and fathers, who we should be as children, who we should be in the world. We should be skinny and beautiful and achieving and successful and rich and have status and belonging. These are the shackles. These are the ropes that tie us down and make us feel that unless we are that, we are not worthy. If we are not worthy, then we don't even exist. So our entire sense of worth is placed on the external. And I am only teaching, yes, but please understand, I know this because I see my own shackles. I see how I am shackled myself and how we as a culture have been intoxicated by fear and control. So today I'd like to break down for us the ABCs of fear and control. It's going to take a little bit of time because I actually go down to the letter E. A, B, C, D, E. I'm making it simple, but it's going to take time. So my teachings take time. They're not quick bites. They're not sensational. They are meant to provoke and ignite deep thinking and probing and introspection and turning the mirror to yourself. So when you listen to my teachings, I ask you to sit, to pause, to contemplate, to take your time. Because what I'm asking you to do is truly examine archaic, old belief systems. I'm asking you to do work right now. This is called inner work. I'm giving it for free. I would do this in therapy and charge a lot, but I'm giving it to you for free. But what I'm asking from you in return, if you truly want to get what I'm saying from my heart, then you need to open your heart. And to open your heart, you need to open your mind. Yes, because a heart that is open can only be a reflection of an open mind. But an open mind is inordinately difficult to open. You know why? Because it is bound and it is dense with ideas and attitudes and opinions and belief systems and the need to be right. All because this is how we have been raised. We have been intoxicated on data, on knowledge, on external things and distractions. So let's go through the ABCDEs of our addiction to fear and control. This is what I want to talk about today. Our addiction to fear and control. The ABCs of fear and control. Number 1, A. We have been asleep. In order to awaken, you first need to be aware of how you've been asleep. Yes, so when people come to me, to my conferences or to my lectures, and they first tell me, Dr. Shefali, I am conscious. And I say to them, oh, no, this is not what I'm talking about. You are sentient. You have 5 senses. But consciousness is a process that is earned. It is an ever evolving process. So people who are truly walking the path of consciousness will never ever say, I'm conscious, because they understand it is an elusive destination. It is a destination that never arrives, like life, like truth, like wisdom, like the understanding of the universe. It is a destination that will never arrive. But because we have control issues, we think we have arrived. So consciousness can never be arrived at. So in order to be awakened, to awaken, the process of awakening, it's all a process, it's a journey, not a destination, yes, to be cliched. So the process of awakening first requires the first A of recognizing the first A of our intoxication, which is we have been asleep. If we do not understand that we are asleep, right? And the way I like to explain it to people, it's like when we go to a nail salon, we women, or men who look through the channel on TV, just to be stereotypical, we think we're making choices. We think we are aware of our control and our destiny. And we go into the nail salon and we're like, I will choose the lavender mist today, or I will choose the sunset orange, right? And we feel so pompous. I have made the choice. Or you go to a buffet, right? Or so you go to the man channel surfing. He goes, I am making my own choice. I am going to click channel 62. Or the person in the buffet is like, I am going to choose kung pao chicken and fried rice and put it on my 2 items on my plate. And we think we're all full of choice. We're so excited. We feel so powerful. But the truth is that we're making a choice in the nail salon, yes, so to speak. Meaning somebody else chose the nail polish. We're making the choice in the Chinese buffet, yes? The chef decided what he wanted to make based on his mood. And the man who's so there in control of his remote, he's channel surfing among corporations who's decided what channels will be there and what ads he will see while he's watching the TV shows. So to become aware that yes, you have some free will, but very little, because it's within the matrix, it's within the bubble. We are always inside the matrix. We're always inside the bubble. And if we don't understand this, that we have some free choice within the bubble, then we will never begin the awakening process. Now, this is a rude awakening. To go, holy moly, yeah, I don't have much free choice. I've just been making choices within the bubble, right? Within the bubble, I choose my hair color, but I never stop to think, why the hell am I coloring my hair, right? Oh, because it's within the matrix. This is what we do in the matrix. We go get nail polish. We watch TV. We don't even realize that the choices we think we are choosing have been chosen for us. So part of awakening is bursting the bubble of our sleep. We've been asleep. We think that we're not controlled, but we're so controlled, right? So right now with this virus, we're like, are we being controlled? Did somebody plant this virus? Is Bill Gates an evil man? Is Trump more evil than I ever imagined, right? We're like, who's the bad guy? So there is no bad guy. The truth is we've always been controlled. We've always had mass indoctrination, mass subjugation, mass control. By whom? By our own subjugation, by our own belief systems, by what we chose to believe. But there has been a mass story being told. Always. Culture always has mass stories. The stories change according to culture, right? So in India, we have different cultural stories. In America, we have different ones. Your God is different, my God is different. But the fact is, there is mass control. There are mass stories being told to control us. How we came to be, how many days it took, right? Who should be a beautiful woman? How should she look? What should be the color of her hair? And so on and so forth, right? Like one day I wore white. I think when I came to America first, I didn't understand this thing about the seasons and that you're supposed to wear white only in the summer, something like that. Anyway, so I happened to wear white in like November and people were like, why are you wearing white? I'm like, because it's a color, I like it. And they're like, no, it's a summer color, something like that. And I was like, are you serious? Or things like, how women dress themselves up and how they're supposed to dress and what is considered beautiful and not. When I came from India, I had to learn a whole new language. But that didn't matter. I didn't mind because the language I had learned culturally in India was in great shakes. I was like, dump that one. Let's learn a new one. Let's drop one illusion for another illusion. But I knew we are in a bubble, in an illusion. So the first thing in the awakening process is to understand the A of our intoxication, which is we have been intoxicated. We have been asleep, people. And most of us are asleep. We are just these robots being puppeteered. The movie Matrix is quite wise. So we're in the matrix, and within the matrix, we think we're so full of choice. You know, I won't get married at 27. I will get married at 33. And I won't have 2 children. I will have 3, you know. And I'm going to send my kid to a private school, not a public school. Little do we realize most private schools are just glorified public schools. Might as well not pay that much. But no, because we bought into the cultural story of the moment, right? And unless we understand that we're constantly being sold and we're constantly buying not only products but stories, ideologies, ways of believing, you know. So the Muslim says to the Hindu, I believe in this. The Hindu says, I believe in this. Okay, no problem, trading stories, yeah? But we're always buying and selling ideologies. But we don't realize it because the ideologies stay for a couple centuries. But we don't realize that we're a speck in the history of the billion years that Earth has been here. And we are just in the last minute of Earth's awakening. But because we think we're so superior and because we want to have control, we think we're all that. So the first step in the process of awakening is to understand that we are living in... I'm back. If I go again, I'll be back. I'm not so good at Instagram stories. So the first step of awakening is to understand we were asleep. This in itself is a rude shock, that we have always been mass controlled. Education is mass controlled. Religion is mass controlled. Pharmacological industry is mass controlled. Cosmetic industry is mass controlled. Media mass controlled, right? The internet that I'm using right now, they're taking our data. They're figuring us out. Mass control. Now there's nothing to be depressed about it. Nothing to be all sad about it. Nothing to look for, someone to get angry about with, or this is nothing to get angry about. It is just a fact. It is just the is. And awakening means just realizing, oh, we've been asleep, or she's asleep, or he's asleep. Nothing to be upset about, just is. The isness of the human psychology and cultural psychology is part of the awakening. Nothing to be upset or apathetic or depressed about, but there will be a depression that occurs because you realize, oh my goodness, I've been living my entire life controlled. I've been living my entire life afraid. Oh my goodness. You know, when I came from India, I was 21 years old. And I can't tell you how many times I died to my old self and how epiphanic my shocks were at how asleep I had been. And all that I had thought was true was a bunch of conjured constructions and stories, not even smart stories, really dumb stories that I had fully believed. And when I came to America, because America wasn't India, not that America had better stories, just because it had different stories, it made me realize, oh my God, I have been living on stories, storytelling like I have been a child. And now I'm looking at the other silly stories that the land of America tells its children. And then I just began laughing. I mean, I found it just so amusing. But I realized, sorry guys, I'm just trying to fix this. I'm doing multimedia right now. And my phone is falling off the stand. I'm in the illusion, in the matrix that I have control over this thing. And I can talk to many people at the same time. Such rubbish. But indulge me. Okay. So rude awakening, yes? And I was a bit depressed. I felt like I had been told a bunch of lies, and what the hell? What is the truth? So 6 months upon coming to America, I was 21 years old, I went for my first Vipassana meditation because I realized I was in big trouble because I had been relying on what culture had told me, and now I'm beginning to smell the stink that culture doesn't have it together. It's a bunch of nonsense for the most part, and I need to go discover my own truth. So off I went for my first meditation retreat at the age of 21 and a half, and I died a good death, the death that needed to be killed. I needed to be killing the false stories that were living inside me. I needed the ego, the false persona, all my ideas of what I should do they began to die and die and die. And for the past 25 years, it takes a long time to truly penetrate all the crap that we grew up with and kill it and kill it and kill it and kill it. And one by one, the veils come off, the veils of delusion, the veils of who we thought we should be, but it had nothing to do with who we truly are. So becoming aware that we're living in a matrix is a rude awakening, but a necessary one. It is the first A of our intoxication. Okay, moving along, because I can spend literally 15 days on the first A. So if you want to know more, you can take one of my courses. So B, what's the B? And by the way, I'm not good at acronyms, but I've heard that people learn through these ABC kind of 1, 2, 3. So I was so excited because I found an ABC today. Tomorrow it'll be a new ABC. Yes, I create these all the time. So the first one is being asleep. Second one, B. So now once you realize that this is a shit show and no one is really in charge, you're like, oh my goodness. So our instinct then, once we realize, holy moly, no one's in charge of this ship, then you want to blame someone. That's the B. Now you're looking to go, okay, let me blame my parents. Let me blame God. Let me blame the priest. Let me blame my husband for marrying me and pretending like he loved me forever. Let me blame somebody, my children. Let me blame somebody, right? And we look to blame. This is like the first default when we get shaken up. You know this in your life. Anybody pokes you with the truth, anybody shines the mirror, let's blame someone. Who to blame? Let's blame the teachers. Let's blame the priests. Let's blame our parents. Come on. They're always culpable because they never did it right. This is just our eternal gratitude. Thank you, parents. I can always blame you for how fucked up I am. But the truth is, in awakening, we realize, can't blame them either because they didn't know anything either. Damn it. We have to let it go. What? So when you come to me for help, I let you blame your parents a little bit. I'm kind. I have compassion. I let you blame for like 1 session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions. And if you have a partner that's dysfunctional, I'll let you blame them for a good 5, 6 sessions. But after that, I'm going to be, okay, can we move along? We were asleep. We did the B, we blamed. Now we got to move along. And that's what we're going to do right now. So B doesn't work. It's just a ruse. It's just you're buying time because you don't want to really look inside. You're like, it's got to be somebody else's fault, right? So when I woke up, I too went through this. I was like, you didn't tell me? So first thing I did, call my mother. You didn't tell me? And she's like, I didn't even know. Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. And then when I had a child and I realized it was so hard and my body is wrecked and my bank account is wrecked and this child doesn't listen to me, call my mother. You didn't tell me? She's like, tell you what? I said, you didn't tell me that this child is not mine, really? You told me that I would be so happy and I'd be in bliss and we'd be painting Matisses and Picassos together in the sunlight. You didn't tell me that this child doesn't like to paint. It could be possible that she may never like to paint. You didn't tell me that, Mom. And she's like, but you like to paint, so I thought your kid would like to paint. So who are we blaming, right? Who are we blaming? And this virus is showing us, who are we blaming? Who are we looking for? We're looking for mommy. We're looking for God. We're looking for the one priest who knows the answer, or one psychic, right? All of us are calling up our psychics. Hey, why didn't you predict this? You didn't tell me this in my last reading, that we will be sitting at home all day. So, do the psychics know really? So, no knock on psychics, yes? They know what they know, which is what's happening in the moment. Like all of us, we only know what's happening in the moment. Okay, can't blame anyone. Let's move on to C. Now this one, you got to sit down for this. You have to sit down for this because this is really, really a universal problem. A thing that we all do psychologically. We do it so well that you got to sit down for this. Okay, so the C is called CDR. Okay, it's a psychological thing. I don't know who created it. I should have found out who created it. But I never pay attention to the creators of anything. But it's a fascinating thing that we do as human beings. It's called CDR. CDR is my favorite thing in the world because I see it all around me. I see it in my own head and I just find it so funny. So CDR is called cognitive dissonance reduction, We are masters at CDR. CDR, and this is something only humans do. CDR is our unique capacity as human beings to hold two contradictory beliefs just fine. Just fine. Like, now don't get angry with me, okay? I'm just saying it is what it is. Like, do you believe in evolution? Yes, I believe in evolution. Do you believe in the creation story of your religion? Yes, I believe in the creation story of my religion. Don't go together. How do you put it together? Well, I don't. One stays in the left part of my brain, one stays in some other part. And I just hold them together. And somehow I reduce the cognitive dissonance because they don't kind of fit. But I reduce it by, on Mondays I believe in evolution, and on Tuesdays and Sundays and Saturdays and Fridays, depending on what religion I have, I believe in the other stories. And somehow it works. It works because one is faith, one is science. So just so don't get upset with me that I pointed out a CDR. But aren't we good at doing CDRs? We are fabulous at doing CDRs. I'll give you more CDRs. People know smoking is not good, and yet they smoke. Have I had a cigarette or two? Of course. I have done fabulous CDRs like, my cigarettes. I don't smoke right now, yes, but in the past I have. So my past, my daughter may see this now. Oh my goodness. Okay, so in the past when I was a child, I would say my CDR would be, my cigarette has peppermint in it. And peppermint is a green thing, and that's good for health. This is like our children. Mom, Fruit Loops are so good for me. Look, they're made of fruit. They smell like fruit, right? Children do this all the time. Look, there's something green in there, Mom. In the ice cream, it's green. So the pistachio, look, there's some pistachios, there's some nuts. This ice cream is so healthy, right? This is called CDR, okay? So I'll give you some other ones, like, maybe eating too much meat or pizza or cheese, not so good. But every time we eat it, we're like, okay, that's it. I'm going to go on a fast for the next 14 days, right? And we create some reduction of this fact that we are doing things that make no sense, right? And we do this all the time. Now, coming to the present moment, this virus is kind of showing us all our CDRs in our face. For example, maybe I should have listened to my mom and not married this person, right? Because now I'm seeing clearly the dissonance in my face. In the past, I knew maybe I made a mistake. I should have listened to my mother, but I created some reduction in the cognitive dissonance because we lived in a big house, or he was gone all the time, or she was gone all the time, or I didn't want to see that he or she was an alcoholic because he or she drank at work, and when he or she came back a little tipsy, but I didn't see it. So we did all these cognitive dissonances, right? Or I don't really want to see that I'm growing old, so I color my hair. But now this damn virus is not allowing my hair colorist to come home, and I'm like, oh goodness, I'm old. So the virus, this moment out, is showing us all our CDRs, and they aren't working anymore because we are up front and center. The other CDRs we used to do were around our mortality. Somehow we distracted ourselves in our old life with our intense busyness that we will not die. Or other people die. We don't die. Maybe I'm so good I don't die. Or I'm so short I don't die. Or, Indian people don't die. Or my past karma, I don't die. So now we created some dissonance, and we buffered ourselves from the truth of our mortality. But now this damn virus is taking that away. Now I'm like, I could die, like really fast. And I'm being confronted, and I'm not allowed to be intoxicated in my delusion anymore that I maybe could be immortal. Or maybe perhaps I'll die when I'm old. Right now, my intoxication, my delusion, my being asleep is being disturbed by this virus. This virus is telling me, holy moly, I am mortal, right? Damn it, I'm mortal. And then the other thing that this virus is showing us is that, I can't predict the damn future. We were all telling our children, we're preparing you for the future. Mommy knows, do this and you will be happy and successful for your future. And the kid is, I'm miserable right now, Mom. It doesn't matter if you're miserable right now. In the future, you will be happy and successful. If you do these 1,600 things by the time you're 15, trust me, you will be happy and successful in your future. So we knew we didn't know the future, but we acted like we knew the future. do things incompatible. But we reduce the dissonance by saying, maybe I know the future. Maybe if my child does the 1600 things with the ABCs under each category, maybe my child will be happy and successful in the future. Now the virus has taken out that reduction of dissonance. Now the virus is... Hello. Sorry guys. I'm here. So the virus is showing us that we don't know the future. So that CDR that we were doing, pretending to our children that we knew the future and we knew the pathway, even though we knew we didn't know, but we were pretending like we knew. So that idea, that notion that we knew the future could be known, gone. So that future you were preparing your children for, so arduously, so righteously, telling your children how to be, how to look, how to act, how to study, what to study, preparing them for what future? Now this virus has shown us that intoxication we were under doesn't work. Now we are in severe rehab, you see. All our intoxications of the past are not working. Now it is a true sobering of reality that we never knew the future, that our death was always a breath away, that we were always not in control, that there is no one to blame. So you see, the A, B, C, and the D of our intoxication is that when we realize this, we typically do the default, which is to get depressed, right? And withdraw and get apathetic. So the A, B, C, Ds of our intoxication typically go in this process. We are asleep, we keep blaming people, we do CDR, and we don't truly penetrate our inconsistencies. We don't truly examine the crap we've been told. We just go along with the crap and we give this crap to our children. And we pretend we know what happiness is and what success is, but we really don't. And then when these don't work, or we force them to work, or if something's not going well in our life, we just then do our default, which is to be depressed. And we become depressed in many ways. Overeating, over drinking, over distracting, overwhelming with doing, right? There's a lot of D's that we do. Distractions, detractions, denials, all these things to depress our awakening. Because we are a culture of substance addiction. We look for substances all the time. The substance could be our partners. The substance could be the grade. The substance could be money. The substance could be our cosmetics, our covering up our true age. Our substance could be a real substance, alcohol, food, medication. Our substance could be social media. Our substance could be technology. Our substance could be our jobs, our careers, right? It doesn't matter. Our substance is anything that we depend on to give us a sense of self. So the awakening process, now the E is where you get a choice to awaken. E is enlightenment. How do you seek enlightenment? Enlightenment means leaving A, B, C, D behind. Leaving it behind. Waking up, so leaving A, being asleep, behind. B, leaving blame behind. There's no one outside to blame. Leaving C, all the CDRs of your life behind. And D, leaving your denial, your distractions, your default emotional coping mechanisms, your doing, right? All of that addiction behind. When you wake up out of A, B, C, D, out of your intoxication, out of your great forgetting, right? We've all forgotten. We're in this trance. When we wake up out of the trance, now we get to make a choice. And that choice is to enlighten yourself. But to enlighten yourself, you need to do all that inner work. You don't just get this. You just don't get to be conscious. It is to be earned. It is a path. It is toil. It is called inner work. And the reason it's called inner work is because you have to go on a journey. And this virus, this rehab that we are being given a gift of, to detoxify from all our intoxications, is the gift. But with this gift comes pain. There is no prize without the price. And the price is the pain. Pain of what? Of going through these steps. We are mortal. We will die. There is no control. There is no immortality. There is no permanence. There is no one on the outside. All my BS CDRs of incompatible beliefs need to be reconciled and integrated. I need to wake up. And this process takes pain because there is a letting go. There is a drastic letting go. There is a death of the old self. So while this virus may be killing many on the physical level, it's also giving us a chance to kill ourselves on the level of our intoxication, on our delusional level, on our inauthentic level, on our false level self. Can we kill off all those layers of ourselves that kept us tethered, shackled to inauthentic ways of living? When we choose to wake up and doing all that work, we now begin to enlighten ourselves. What does it mean to enlighten ourselves? It means to follow our own inner guidance, to understand who we truly are, not dictated, predicated by what culture says, not living in fear or control, truly unshackling ourselves to living our truest selves. Means every moment asking ourselves, am I living in the matrix? And it's okay to live in the matrix. I send my kid to public school and I go, bye, have a great day every time I drop her. You're going to learn so much. No, she's not. She's going to be slaughtered in the slaughterhouse, really. One day I'll tell her the truth. But it's okay to live in the matrix, right? It's okay. I put some mascara. It's okay to live in the matrix. But know that we are living in the matrix. It's not free will. And then make choices. How to dip out of it, how to opt out of it, where to opt out. You have freedom only when you decide to leave the matrix. And leaving the matrix means leaving those who are going to be pissed off that you dare to put your toe out. They're going to be offended. They're going to feel betrayed. They're going to feel like you desanctified your contract as a daughter, as a mother, as a wife, as a husband, right? They're going to act as if you violated something very holy. But you aren't. All you're doing, you're not violating anything. You're just waking up. And people don't like people who wake up because the truth of their awakened spirit is too glaring, too blaring. We want to dim them down. So you'll be told that you're bad. You'll be told that you're disobedient. You'll be called a cheater, a betrayer, a liar. It's okay. Expect it. This is the path of insurgency. Insurgency causes dissent. Dissent causes uncomfort, discomfort. It's okay. A disruptor is a disruptor. They're not convenient people. They're not conveniences. That's why people prefer people who follow the sheep to the slaughterhouse. People like the sheep. We like sheep. We want our children to be sheep. We don't want our children to disrupt us. Yet it is only through disruption that we can taste the prize of our liberation. We can taste it, but through the price, paying the price, feeling the pain, feeling the release, feeling the old skin molting, we then arrive at a new birth. So this virus is taking off the intoxications. It's making us go to rehab, and it's making us sober up. And withdrawal is painful. Our old habits, our old ways are going to come up. You're going to see it in your partners. You're going to see them for who they truly are without their addictions. And it's going to hurt. But it is this process of releasing our addictions, removing the veils, that allow us to enter our enlightenment. So this virus is here as an opportunity. Use it or not, it's your choice. But there's a great portal, a great birthing canal for you to arrive and emerge at a new you. A you that is free of fear and control. Thank you for listening. I'll be back here at noon tomorrow, most likely, most probably, if I can predict the future. Take care. Have a present, real, raw, authentic day. Oops. Bye, Instagram. I am only doing stories here, so you will be able to see this for 24 hours. But I will be here on my Instagram stories teaching this course called Viral Wisdom every day at noon. And to watch the archives, to go back to the first few days, right now I'm on day 8, I think, you can go to my Facebook page. All the videos are there, or my YouTube channel. Bye, guys.